We're going to the December 4th Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Tournament Finals show. Now, this show is going to consist of tournament matches and then the finals at the end of the night. So that's a long night. That's a hard night for the two winning teams. So they both have to win twice in a night, or have to. That can be tough, especially for whoever comes out of the Red Goddess, because we're coming like the four Blue Goddess matches happen, then the 4 Red Goddess matches, and then the main event. So it's not whoever comes out of the Red Goddess has the least amount of time available. So we go into the first match of the evening. It is Waka Wild with 2 points and O2 Line with 2 points. Both teams are mathematically eliminated. The end of this match was Miyu hits a DDT onto Waka for 2. Azumi comes in with the double stomp to the back while she's holding her in like a DDT like position. And she gets her into while she's holding her in a pedigree position. I apologize. Mm-hmm. And then Miyu hits that leaping sit out pedigree and gets the pin on Waka for the win. So at the end, Waka Wild with 2 points, O2 Line with 4 points. Again, this is one of the 4 matches in the card I didn't get to watch because I've been very, very busy. I watched the ones where the teams were still involved and able to win the tournament. You could see Waka after the match getting very mad at herself for losing that. You could see her really beating herself up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, she has been perpetually beating herself up this entire tournament, but you could definitely see the disappointment on her face, specifically after this one. I want to say I did really appreciate seeing Azumi in her shorts again. I really like the gear that she wore for this particular night. It's my favorite gear. It's my favorite color scheme of hers. I really enjoyed seeing what I felt was finally a choreographed move between SAKI and Waka. It's too much for me to write down at that point, but the combination of the two that they worked together was really, really nice to see, and it to me showed an evolution of their ability to work together. I did feel that Saki was definitely the powerhouse in this match. She was able to overpower Azumi pretty quickly, but Azumi not staying down long and was able to catch Saki with an armbar. After that armbar was when Cosmic Angels were not able to kind of recover from the match, which ended up seeing Miyu getting Waka into that pin. I felt that this was actually a fun match, a fun way to open the show, fun way to start everything off. Got 4 very capable and competent women in the ring. I felt that this was, again, a great way to start off the show.
Yeah, I thought a great time. Of what I watched at the end, it was just I like the finishing sequence with that, with the DDT and then the pedigree set up and then Saki hitting the stomp while she's getting the pedigree and then doing the move. They fell after she hit the stomp, they kind of fell down, so she got up and then hit her move. But the fact that they have a flow with it now, I think I like that. But this tag team isn't going to last. What you will find that out when we go into the December 29th card preview. So, I'll get a little preview for you there. Move on to the next match of the evening. It's Wingori with 2 points, taking on the New Eras with 7 points. Both teams are mathematically eliminated. In the end of the match came. New Eras hit the reverse Thunder Valley. It's the best way I can describe that move on Hanan, and Ami hit the Rikishi driver. Was pretty much the closest I can call that move onto Hanan and gets the win. So in the end, Wingori with 2 points and New Eras with 9 points to finish this tournament.
So I actually felt that this match was a lot of fun. At the beginning, Mirai and Hanan, just coming off of their judo match in the showcase show, it was last week before,
something like that, yeah.
Showing off their judo skills in the beginning of this, doing random throws and tosses to each other. Really appreciated that. I also want to shout out Iida. I love her posing, just her power pose. Power! I love how she called out the New Eras too. She was Ami power. It was absolutely funny. Her height difference though, it makes it even more funny because Ami is quite the Amazon in Stardom. She's one of the taller girls. Mirai herself is also pretty tall. So standing in the ring with the two of them was pretty dwarfing for her. But we know that dwarfs in most folklore are pretty tough in their own respect. So something to be said about that, right?
Hmm.
Um, there was the double machine gun chops where Iida had both Mirai and Ami in the ring, and she was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was absolutely incredible. She starts going back at the same time. Then being caught by the new eras, having those chops returned was a little sad. But seeing her do it on her own and at the size that she is made me very, very happy because she is so small. It is very unrealistic that she would be able to overpower the new eras, but she was able to get them into that compromising position where she set them up for their chops. So good job, Iida. um yeah, that's all I kind of got on that, except for Ami pins Hanan.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I very much enjoyed Wingori in this thing. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Saida. I'm a little disappointed I didn't watch this match, but again, I have had a very big time constraint on my time, so I watched what I really needed to watch for these tournaments. So, yeah. So we're
That's
going to
fair,
move
that's
on
fair.
to the next match in the Blue Goddess division, and that is FWC Hazuki and Koguma taking on My Hemi's Maika and Himeka. So this match, like I said, FWC is mathematically eliminated due to not being able to do tiebreakers no matter what happens in the match. So they can play spoiler here against My Hemi. Absolutely phenomenal match. They actually do the Koguma bear dance at the start. I think it was Himeka and Koguma
Yes.
did the dance together. I really like that. And then Himeka tries to clothesline Koguma off that, but Koguma gets a roll up on it. I'm like, because usually Koguma trying to screw somebody when she's doing the dance with them. So the fact that Himeka tried to hit her and then Koguma still got the roll up off of it, I really like. It's very Toriano, but in a better way almost. But yeah,
I was gonna say, but
I like Toriano. Don't get me wrong, but in a better way. Great time. Code breaker by Hazuki. And then she does the face wash and running boots in the ropes to Maika. I absolutely love it. I love her running boot into the ropes. It looks really good. I think it's only topped by Tam and Natsupoi's drop kick and running knee into the ropes. That's, I think, the only two that look better. But yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Miami actually ended up clotheslining each other, and then Koguma came off the top with a beautiful high cross, sending both of Miami to the floor. And Hazuki suicide cross, like does like a suicide dive, but like as she comes out, she turns it into a cross body onto Miami onto the floor. It looked really good.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
yeah, the end of the match came. Reverse Thunder Valley by Miami and get a running knee to the face of Hazuki for a two. Himeka tries for the power bomb, but Hazuki ends up pulling her down almost into like an X Factor style move, Xbox finisher, and ends up rolling up Himeka to spoil this tournament, possibly for Miami, because I think I don't they have a win over one of the two teams in the finals. So if
I think it was BMI. I don't think it
I think it's
was.
BMI, so
Yeah.
it depends. If a draw happens, BMI still moves on, but it's a actually technically, yeah, they're technically mathematically limited. I apologize by not being able to score a point in this match. So yeah, in the end, FWC and Miami both end up with 10 points at the end here. So we move on to the final match tonight, and it really all comes down to this.
Wait, what about me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I keep
What
forgetting about you.
the fuck?
My brain isn't working today. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Booger. Um, I just want to say single leg crab by Himeka. Always a
Mm-hmm.
very good move for her. Both teams really utilized the tag team moves in this match quite a bit. I found that both the teams were in the ring more often than it was like single combat there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really enjoyed. Koguma with the overpowering spot against Maika and Himeka, which ended in the her little double spot stomps on the
Mm.
ropes.
I noted that, but I skipped over it. Yeah.
See, this is why you asked me. Maika and Hazuki had a battle of the spots there where they were just trading and reversing, trading and reversing, trading and reversing. I really, really enjoyed that spot. Himeka powerbombing Maika to do a superplex on Hazuki, I think, is one of my favorite moves because it shows, Maika's willing to take the damage if it means damaging the opposite team there. So, yeah, that's all I got for that.
Are you sure? Sure that's everything?
Yes, I'm sure now.
Are you sure?
Don't forget the next one, though, because the next one is the one I've been looking forward to for the entire freaking tournament.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just being an ass.